ASHE, welcome and welcome back to the channel. I am motivational speaker Nala Latrice. Thank you all so much for your continued love and support. You all can book your one-on-one readings down below in the description bar. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into the messages for today. Okay, I got some channeled messages, some downloads for you all. So one, you can't run from your purpose. You can't run from what you are meant to do. It's going to call you, it's going to stay with you because it is you. It cannot leave you. So it doesn't matter how much you try to run from it, it's going to find you and it's going to keep tapping on you and reminding you of who you are and how you're meant to show up. So it's like you just have to get into it and you know, ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. I'm gonna find you, you know. So it's like your purpose is like you're not gonna get away from me. And the longer that you delay stepping into your purpose, the longer that you're delaying the type of lifestyle that you want, the longer that you're delaying other people from stepping into their purpose, because your purpose is also tied to their purpose. I'm hearing interconnected. We're all interconnected. I'm also hearing woven. It's like we're all woven together and we're all here to help one another. Okay, so despite any negativities that you may feel, or days that you don't want to show up, or negativities that other people may feel towards you and your purpose and what you got going on, and the naysayers, you have to learn how to block all of that out and still show up, because it's going to just continue to eat away at you. Okay, and for those of you that feel, well, if you're tapped into me, you know what your purpose is, even if you're not doing it how I'm saying right now. It's like you have to to step into it, you know, to your higher calling. We may have many purposes, but there's that one thing that you know that you're supposed to be tapped into spiritually, and I'm talking about your spiritual purpose. We may have many creative ideas and many creative purposes that we're here to do, right? For me, I dance, I'm a musician, I play instruments, I use my voice as my instrument as well, to sing, to rap, to write my poetry. Writing is another creative tool, right? Whether you're writing music, whether you're writing stories or poems, or movies or plays or whatever, short stories, whatever, hymns, whatever you're writing, right? Whether it's arts and like drawing or whatever, you know, there's so many different creative abilities that we have that we can step into and that we can tap into. And that's all cool, fine, and dandy. But I'm talking about a higher spiritual calling. Many of you all are messengers. Many of you all are prophetic, okay? Many of you all are readers. You all are shamans. You all are spiritual, okay? Whatever you all are seers, whatever it is that you all do, okay? You're healers, okay? You guys are Reiki practitioners. It is time for you. You cannot run from it. You cannot run from your spiritual calling, is what I should say. Okay? Because that's what truly matters. That spiritual calling. Okay? Spirit is like, okay, yeah, I'll support your creative endeavors. You can tap into music and you can tap into your dancing. You can tap into doing hair, doing nails. You can tap into your creative abilities, into your fashions and all of that, your ability to be able to design a space as an interior decorator. You can do all of that, right? Spirit will support you on that, but Spirit is saying, okay, but first tend to your real business, which is to your higher spiritual calling, to help people spiritually. You all are spiritual guides. Whatever label you choose to put on it, it's all the same, even though it's all different. We all have our different ways of showing up spiritually, okay? And Spirit is telling you to tap into that. I'm also getting astronomy or astrology and so forth, right? And helping people astrologically, okay, with what their purpose is, as far as the moon, the stars, their planets are how they relate to it planetary wise, okay, is the best I can say. Okay, you guys may read charts and so forth. So that is what spirit wants you to tap into: your magic abilities, your ability to channel messages. Okay, everybody may not have that ability, right? Everyone is just different. Your ability to tap into your own magic. I'm looking at some of my candles right here, right? Your ability to connect with the spirit realm, the unseen realm. That is what we're talking about right now today. And that's what spirit wants you all to know, that you cannot run from your spiritual duties. And once you tap into your spiritual duties, everything else around you physically will fall into place. So if things are going to shit, if things are going to hell from your perspective physically, your job, your home, your finances, your relationships, all of it, or one, maybe only one or the other, or whatever the case may be, that's because you have to tap in, own, and accept. You have to tap in, accept, and own who you are as a spiritual being and what you're here to do. And when you tap into that, spirit will allow everything, your physical, okay, to fall into place. So if you've been going back and forth, teetering, tottering, and everything else, that's why your life is going back and forth. Or that's why things haven't changed. Maybe it hasn't been going back and forth, but maybe you just been in the same old situation with your relationships, or with your finances, or with your living environment, with your work, or whatever the case may be. Spirit will sustain you financially through your spiritual work. You will see the miracles happen. You have to trust and believe in the process that spirit is guiding you to do. I have to trust that the videos, my messages, are getting out to the people that the universe wants to hear that the universe wants to get it out to. That they will hear what I'm saying. You all will hear what I'm saying if you're meant to tap in, okay? So we're going to go ahead and see what other messages are here. I didn't know which deck to use, okay? But spirit, this was already just sitting up here. So I was like, you know what? It wasn't in its place, so I was like, you know what? It's right here. So we're just going to see what comes out. But your abundance lies within you. You're a naturally abundant person. We're going to go ahead and put this down. You're naturally abundant. Okay. The universe is abundant. Okay, if we think, talking about planets and so forth, if we think about, we're in the Milky Way galaxy, right? It's like this is just one galaxy. You got dwarf galaxies, you got the Andromedan galaxy. There's so many freaking galaxies that are out here. That is magic within itself. How do these things exist? How do they operate? Like, that's magic within itself. That's abundance within itself. Right? So you have to know, if all of these galaxies and these planets, and even what our planet Earth can do, the waters and just everything, the greenery, the trees, the animals, how we can sustain life, and just everything. If all of that is abundant in nature, if the stars are too many to count, then we truly must believe that we are a part of that abundance. We're a part of the galaxies as well. We're part of this entire universe. You can't allow your brain in the 3D to take over to make you forget who you really are, and that we're made up of matter, but really energy. We're made up of energy, because all matter at the source is energy. You are abundant. So tap into your abundance. And I'm not talking about the finances. I'm talking about your infinite powers of who you are. Just like the stars have the infinite powers, just like the earth has been sustaining itself in Mars and Jupiter and Venus and Mercury and all of these other, Pluto, all the other planets, all the other galaxies, the sun, the moon. Everything naturally sustains itself. It regrows if something falls off. Certain animals, it's like they can regrow themselves. They can regrow their tails, or whatever the case may be. You always have everything you need. We've been hoodwinked by other human beings to limit us, to make us forget who we are and that we are actually abundant in nature. We're naturally abundant in nature. So tap back into that. That's why grounding yourself is very important. That's why connecting with the trees and the moon and making moon water, I'm hearing, making sun water, and just connecting with nature in itself is so vital, it's so important for those that it's meant for. Not everyone is on this path because not everyone was chosen for it. Right? You could be a Virgo. Let's see what other messages are here. But tap in to know who you are. Shapeshift. Many of you all, it's like to shift your situation of your 3D, you have to tap into your spirit. You have to tap into who you really are. You have to go within. The answers are within. I'm only your reminder. I'm a part of you. You're a part of me. Shadow work. Yes. Come on, spirit. Many of you all have been tapped in doing your shadow work. I see instincts here as well. Y'all can't see it, but I have all my cards set up here in front of me. Okay. And I see instincts. So it's giving me, you've been working on your shadow work to hone in on your instincts, to trust yourself. It's all about trust. Say it with me. Trust. 11:22 on the timer. Do you trust yourself? Somebody comment down below and type trust. The word of the day is to learn to trust yourself, to trust your process, trust who you are, trust your abundance, trust the work that you have to do. The shadow work is not easy, but you were built for it. And you will come out of it to see the light side of it. It could be anguish for our human bodies to deal with this shadow work, right? But again, you were built for it. You were built to be able to go into the darkness, the vast darkness. Right? And now you're thinking, what's next? What's next for me? What's coming up? Let me get my Florida water. Not even in that Florida water. What song is that? It's by oh, I can't. It's by Solange, but I'm trying to think of the name of the song. Let me see. Not even in that Florida water. Almeida. That's what it sounds like. If you want to go tap in, okay? It's called Almeida. This one right here by Solange, okay? Any of these songs on my playlist also may be significant, okay, for you all. All right? But it's like Florida water could be significant as well. Maybe you all need to tap into your spiritual abilities more. It's time to set up shop. Whoever you are, it's time to set up shop spiritually. Get all your spiritual tools. It's okay to have your spiritual tools. People rely on financial tools, right? People rely on nutritional tools, the food and the water and whatever else they put in their bodies, right? People rely on their favorite TV shows, right? People rely on their favorite books, right? It's time for you to rely on your spiritual tools. It's time for you to set up shop. Go out and get whatever it is you need. Your sound bowls, your healing triangles, all of that. I'm hearing xylophone, all of it. Your plants, your candles, your Florida water, how I mentioned, and all your crystals, all of it. Your tarot cards, for those that all of these things apply for. You may not need all of the things I'm mentioning, but get what resonates with you. Your mojo bags, creating mojo bags. Yes, Spirit says don't give up. You may not know what's next, but Spirit says, baby, don't give up. What's meant to be will be. I mean, it's right here. What are you feeding your soul? Will this fit? Yes, it will. It will fit. Something like that. Yeah, change your timeline. It's time to shift your timeline. is what I am picking up on here. Fret not. You may feel like you're in the dark, but I'm also guiding you to help to get out of the dark as well. But each person is on a different timeline. But Spirit is saying, don't give up. You may not know what's next. It's up for you to determine what's next as well. As long as you've done and put everything into yourself, into your journey that you know to do, whatever's going to happen next is going to happen next. Whatever's meant to be is going to be. We can't control each next outcome. All we can do is put in the work. All we can do is continue to show up. Spirit is saying, don't give up. I know it's hard. Don't give up on your shadow work either. Both of these were written in black. Don't give up. Period. Whatever's supposed to be will be. It's not the end of the world. You're the one for me. Spirit says it's meant for me and you to go down this journey. Period. Don't rush your process, okay? Don't rush your journey. What else is here? What other messages are here? For the collective that's listening. Ooh, Spirit says pack up, leave, transfer your home, your work, you're moving, you're going to a new location. So many of you all, as you continue to be obedient to the journey, to your spiritual journey, whatever that looks like for you, right? You're being guided to a space that's more abundant than where you currently are. So this could be your job. This could be your home. This could be your hometown, your home city. Maybe some of you guys are being guided to move to a city or a state or a country that's more abundant for you than where you currently are. It's kind of like you just know that it's time to change. For some of you all, it may be you may be living in the same city for a whole nother year, for a whole nother 6 months, but you're preparing to leave. For some of you all, you may be getting ready to pack up and leave right now today. And, over the next few weeks, you out of there. Everyone's on different timelines, right? Yeah, Spirit has a gift for you. I just did the message yesterday. Your gifts will make room for you. So whatever this gift is, these are your gifts. Your gift is your gift. By you stepping in your gifts that other people can benefit off of, you're also being gifted from the universe. But as long as you're just called, honey. You're marked in a good way. You're marked to showcase your spiritual gifts and talents. You're part of the 144. You're part of the chosen to be able to lift this planet, to be able to help others that are on their mission. Most likely it's other spiritualists helping other spiritualists, right? We're all helping one another. Those that are not on their spiritual journey or that have not awakened to their spiritual journey, they don't need your help, right? So oftentimes us spiritualists are here for other chosen, for others that are on their journey. It's like, if I need a reading, I'm going to go to another reader that's another spiritualist. If I need some type of guidance spiritually, since I'm on a spiritual path, I don't want anyone that's not on a spiritual path, such as a religious leader, to help me. They don't get the journey I'm on. I don't need a religious person to help me. I need a spiritualist to help me. Because we too need guidance, and we all need help and guidance. So we all feed off of one another. But Spirit has a special gift for you. And Spirit is saying, I miss you. For some of you all that has not been connected, Spirit is missing you. Some of you guys could be born in May. Something could be taking place in May as well. Yeah, Spirit says it's about to go down. Because you've done all this shadow work, it's about to go down. Spirit is talking, y'all. Teamwork makes the dream work. Spirit is on your team. Even though you can't see Spirit, the trees are on your team. The animals are on your team. The what you can't see, the energy that you can't see is working out for you. It's all working out for you. That was another download I got, and it's now coming up now. Observe, do not absorb. So if you see things in your environment that let's just say it just totally disgusts you. It's like, ugh. whether it's a person, whether it's a job, whether it's a situation, whether it's your finances, whether it's your home and your living situation, whether it's your car, whatever. I don't know. It could be plenty of things. It could be your health, whatever the situation is. Somebody doing things or things showing up. Don't worry about the person that's doing it. Let's say if your spouse comes home and says something or does something, or your boss or a coworker, right? Or your child or your parent, whoever, it doesn't matter. Don't put that on them. Separate it and see it as the situation. They're the deliverer of the situation that was meant to be seen for you to observe it. Does that make sense? So don't be upset at that person for showing up as a reflection of something that is within you still. That just has to play out. And the way that you shift that is your perspective by only observing it like, okay, yeah, I see that my boss said this. I see that my spouse said that. I see that my child did this. I see that, this person wanted to trigger me. But by you observing it and being patient and sitting with it and not reacting to it, you can then say, okay, I observe it and I see it, and I'm going to let it keep pushing. I'm going to let it flow. Let it stay in that stream and just stream on out your life. Do what you got to do. If you have to do something to rectify it, because we are living in a 3D human experience. So if there is something that you have to say to your boss or to your spouse or to whoever, then say or do what you have to do if it's only necessary. Only if it's a requirement. But if not, don't react. You don't always have to respond to a person to prove to anybody, or why did you say this? Or why did you do this? You just want to trigger me. Yeah. That's what's keeping it going, because now you're absorbing it. Now you're taking it in. And Spirit says, don't do that. That's why it keeps happening, and that's why you're going to keep getting those situations, because you have not learned how to just, okay, and forgive. Thank you, Spirit. Forgive the situation. Forgive the past situation so you can move on into a more abundant life for yourself, because nobody else is living your life. You are. Don't keep yourself in this situation. I know you can say, well, Nayla, it's unfair, or why they're getting away with it. No, they're not. So what you're going to do, you're going to sacrifice yourself and keep allowing somebody else to bring that situation, or the same person, or you're going to go to another job, but then something else keeps happening. You're going to keep the same situation is going to keep showing up until you learn to forgive the situations and allow it to keep going and flow out of your life. And then when you do that, you can elevate so those situations can't even come towards you anymore, no matter what it is, whether it's finances, whether it's health, no matter what it is. If someone has a health issue, my kids, they be like, I'm sick. Stop saying that. You're not sick. You're healing. If anything, you have to shift your perspective. I don't care what it is. You have to work with Spirit. You have to work with yourself. Don't work against yourself. That's part of your shadow work. You're going to be better for it. The quicker you learn to do that, the quicker you can get up and leave out of this situation that you're feeling, of these situations that you feel keep coming towards you, that you keep having to need reminders to not give up on, because Spirit is saying don't give up, because you're in these situations that keep showing itself to you. You want things to change, you have to shift your perspective. You have to be more understanding. More overstanding of the situation that is being presented to you. Even if it's so hurtful, there's something in that. What's in you that's still hurting is something that you're not acknowledging. But that's why Spirit said, hey, take your time. Don't give up. Ain't no need to worry. But it's all about to go down. You're going to see how everything is working in your favor. I'm hearing also it's quicker than you thought, or something is something is gonna happen quicker than what you expect. Okay. Oh, damn. Do y'all not see this? Spirit is saying, pack your bags. A social platform, you're the one for me here. Yeah, so many of you all need to get on a social platform, because that's how you're going to reach the other people that you're meant to help, that you're meant to guide. You can do things locally as well. Not saying you can't do things locally, but use the technology to your advantage. Stop complaining. Don't complain about this, that, or the third. You have to learn to shift your perspective. But you're the one for me in social platform. You're meant to be on social platforms. You're meant to be seen by those who are meant to see you. And they're going to be people that don't understand you. They understand you, right? That will see you as well, but you're not for them. Okay? But you're meant to be on these social platforms. I can't stop thinking about you. Yeah, these social media platforms, and spirit is like, hey, it's like this. I can't stop thinking about you. It's like the people that you're meant to guide, however you're meant to do so. It's like they're telepathically calling to you. That's why you have the calling, because they're calling for you to show up, because they know that they're going to need you now or in the future, or however you show up. You can show up today, and how I'm showing up right now and putting this video out, somebody may see this video a year later when it's time for them to. But their energy was still calling in advance because they knew that they were going to need to see this video at the right timing, right? I see people commenting on old videos all the time of mine. I can't stop thinking about you. Also, when I was talking about the observe, don't absorb, sometimes you may just have to fix a situation even if it's unfair to you. You get what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know? Let's say if you have a spouse and you always telling them, put the toilet seat down, put the toilet seat down. But it seems like since you want them to put the toilet seat down, they keep it up on purpose. And you like, wow, you come to the term, do they not like me? Like, why? Like, come on now. You're a man. You should put it down. I'm just using that as an example. But you know what? Don't even say anything to them. You know what you could keep doing? Just go put the toilet seat down every time they leave it up. Don't even say anything to them. Don't even acknowledge that. That's how you get that out of your life. That's just an example that came to me. You get what I'm saying? Whether this is something that worked, like I said, you don't have to respond. You just click, 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 clack. Just clickety, clickety, clack. That's what I was saying. Just you handle it. You fix it. Do what you got to do. Don't give that power to the situation. Act like it doesn't exist by you taking care of it. You get what I'm saying? No, it's not you being, oh, they're taking advantage of me. Nope, spirit sees you, and that's all that matters. By you acknowledging it, oh, why didn't you do this? And that's absorbing the situation and making it gonna keep happening. They're like, oh yeah, I got to them. So they're gonna keep doing it again. Do you get what I'm saying? And it may take you 10 more times if you having to fix that situation, and it's aggravating and it's frustrating. It's like, when am I going to be able to pack up and leave up out of this situation? But you got to get all of that out of you. It may be 10 more times that's still within you. You get what I'm saying? That has to come out of you. You have to let the energy pass. Even though it's frustrating and irritating. I'm not saying it's going to be that many situations or times, but I'm just using, it's all example. This is not a personal reading. These are messages for you all, for those that need to hear it. And if there's personal messages that you want to hear from me, then you all can connect with me one-on-one down below. But take it and apply it to your situation. Somebody at work keep doing something to just irritate you over and over again. Don't even acknowledge that they know what they're doing. Use that as a situation to just love on yourself more, right? And by you loving on yourself more, it's automatically loving on them more. So you're putting love into the situation. You may not say, hey, I'm loving on them more, but you say, you know what? I'm going to love on myself more. I'm fixing the situation. I'm going to love on me more. And y'all get what I'm saying. Oh, y'all see how this right here? I was so busy talking, I wasn't even looking down at this. What's next is you leaving. So whatever the situation is, like I said, you've handled, I'm hearing you pass the test. You handle it. So maybe this is something that you guys have already done. You was like, you know what? I'm not going to keep letting this boss or this coworker get to me. I'm not going to keep letting these finances get to me. I'm not going to let this health situation get to me. I'm not going to let this neighborhood get to me. I'm not going to let this community or this environment or these people or these situations get to me. It's different. Everyone's thing or thorn in their side is different. Some of you all may have multiple thorns. Okay, you got multiple things to work out then, right? But many of you all are handling them like a G and y'all just plucking them thorns out one by one by one. Or for some of you all, that's what y'all have been doing and y'all just plucked out the last thorn. And what's next? You get to pack your bags and move up into this abundant energy. And again, I'm here. You're going to be surprised how it all shifts and change. Spirit can't stop thinking about you. Yeah, you about to say deuces. Many of you all are psychic. Y'all already know. Y'all have y'all intuition. Also, Palo Santo is very significant as well. I'm hearing, do you see what I see? Whatever that means, what I'm getting from that, you know, dissecting it down, right, is it's like people can't see how you see. You have a spiritual eye. Your third eye is open. Your crown chakra is open. Your all of your chakras are open and balanced, I should say. It's not about them being open. It's about them being balanced. You all can also connect with me one-on-one down below. I am a certified Reiki 2 practitioner. Have been for 3 years. Many of you all have received Reiki from me as already. Many of you all years ago. I had to stop practicing while I was, you know, on my own journey. There was a point that I had to stop practicing, you know, to do some more healing within myself. But those services are back and open. But the point is your chakras are balanced. So with that, do you see what I see? I'm getting another download for that as well. But Spirit is saying it's like you see differently than other people see. You can see through people. You can see people's intentions. You can feel the energy. You can quote unquote see the energy. Even if you can't physically see the energy, it's like you're a seer. You can interpret. When I say see, you can interpret the actions of other people. But Spirit has your back and is taking care of you. But also the second side of that coin, of that same coin, something about two sides of the same coin. Okay, the polarity, opposites. Okay, I'm also hearing opposites attract. But also Spirit is saying, do you see what I see? Spirit sees something that you may not see. And it's kind of like Spirit is joking with you like, haha, do you see what I see? Do you see all of these these miracles and these opportunities that are here for you? Can you see it? Can you perceive it? Is what Spirit is saying. Ooh, don't give up on your social platform. I'm trying to tell you, don't stop don't quit before you start. Some of y'all ain't even started and y'all talking about how it's not going to work out. I know you got to start with only one view. If it's like I keep telling y'all, YouTube is a fucking beast. But TikTok, we know, is going away. You know, it came back, right? But it's still banned. Can't nobody else download it. It's still banned. And it only still has what, the 90 days or whatever, however many, I don't keep up with it. But eventually it's going to go away if they don't have that solution. So for me, the most stable platform would be YouTube, the red app, right? Or either, that's what they call it, right? Or either people may be not liking Instagram and any of Meta products, right? But again, use it to your advantage if you're going to be on the platform. But I would say outside of YouTube, it will be Instagram. But yes, you're going to have to start with nobody watching or only one person watching. But it was meant for that. That's okay. And maybe you should be glad that certain people aren't watching, because those first videos that you putting out for however long can be kind of cringe as well. It's also to help you practice to see how you look doing what you're doing as well. So you can keep getting better and better. So Spirit is saying, get in the studio and work on your social platform. Whatever you're supposed to be on social platforms for. It could be multiple things. But it's time to get to it. Yeah, again, I told you. Sage and Palo Santo here as well. Teamwork makes the dream work. Clearing your space, clearing your energy. It's time for you to say yes to some things. Say yes to life. But don't give up on what you're supposed to do. Okay? But this is also locally. If you're being called to do something locally, and what you're being called to do locally may not be spiritual. Maybe your spiritual gifts are supposed to be shared online, and maybe in person as well, but you are spiritual, right? But locally, or physically outside of social media platforms, maybe that's where you're supposed to do your creativity. Or maybe it's supposed to be on both. Maybe you're supposed to be on social media for spiritual and creative. And locally, spiritually, and creative. Maybe it's going to be one or the other. It's going to be whatever combination you're being called to do is the point. But Spirit wants you to get lost in who you truly are. Yeah, Spirit is saying to do something different. I saw social media again. Okay, yeah, you're winning in real life. Let's get one more. Let's get one more. Let's get one more, Spirit. Thank you so much. What messages are here? What final messages is here? Y'all need to block some things out as well. 88 is here. Okay. You're meant for this abundance here. Oop. Spiritual warfare. I'm also getting that, one, you've gone through a lot of spiritual warfare with this shadow work energy here, right? I'm getting a few things, downloads. So with this shadow work and it's about to go down and the spiritual warfare, don't think that people is getting away from it. Spirit wants you to get out the way. Ooh, I heard Spirit is moving you out the way. So by you not engaging with those people and keeping the ruckus going, whatever it is, those people or those energies within those people will be dealt with or will be removed from your presence, from around you, from your energy, however that works itself out. But Spirit is saying don't have any hard feelings or animosity towards the actual boss, towards the actual person, towards the spouse, towards the friend, towards the child, towards the parent, towards whoever, the coworker, the neighbor, whoever. Spirit is wanting you. Spirit sees those spirits as within that person, that those people will have their lessons as well. But Spirit, by you responding how I'm channeling for you to respond, even if it seems unfair, I get it, I know. But Spirit is saying by you doing that, that's helping to push you and move you out the way, so you're not in the midst of the spirit, so you don't get hit. So you're not a casualty of war. But if you're interacting and telling them about themselves and everything else, you're good. The spiritual warfare is happening anyways. Spirit is saying, don't be a part of the spiritual warfare and get hit and assassinate yourself, so to speak. Do you get what I'm saying? So move. Your spirit is trying to pick you up and move you out the way, out the line of fire is what I'm hearing. So Spirit can deal with those people accordingly. Because the spiritual warfare is taking place no matter what. That's the whole of that message. But Spirit is saying what's meant to be will be. And these 8 reminds you of infinite, of being infinite. And it's also reminding me of an infant. So you could be an infant at this thing. Maybe you just tapped in and you're just awakening up and you have no clue of where to start or what's going on because you've been woken up. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. You're in the right place. Pay attention to who you tapped in and to who you listening to. Because a lot of the things that a lot of people are talking about, it doesn't matter. Is it feeding your soul? And it's the abundance in the 88 starting and ending. It's giving me the circle of life, the infinite of it. Right? A lot of people see 88 as meaning abundance for money and all of these other things, but it's reminding you that you are an infinite being, that you are abundant in nature. Once you pass on from this life, you're still abundant. And it's telling you to tap into your internal energy, your internal parts of who you are on the inside of you. But you're going to meant to grow as well with the social platform and this 88 right here as well. You're going to grow once you really tap in and get into it and accept that this is your part of your destiny. You're gonna see things just shoot up. You're gonna see things just happen very quickly for you. You're gonna see the abundance in numbers. You don't want everybody tapping in. If only 50 people watching me, I'm thankful for them 50 people, because those are the people, they're actual real people that are behind the videos that are watching. It's not just numbers. It's actual real people, real souls with real life situations that are happening. So if it's not that many people, that's okay. That means that everybody ain't on your level to even interpret what you're saying then. So it doesn't mean it's a negative thing. But you have to show up so your people can find you. And as you continue to show up authentically, you'll continue to see the abundance of what is meant to be. And you're meant to have an abundance of all the great things that are here for you on this planet Earth while we're here inhabiting it in these 3D bodies, right? It's like allow your soul to get the necessary messages that it's meant to get. Okay, but honey, Spirit is telling me to remind you to pack your bags, because that's dead straight in the middle of the message. So whatever you're experiencing outside of you, all of this, the shadow work, and it's like you coming from the shadow work and then helping people from the shadow work that you've done to help them on these platforms and so forth, right? Teaching them how to be abundant and all of that, right? In the midst of that, here's you. My stomach was just growling. Here's you, right? And Spirit is saying you're going to the next level. And even if you're like, well, Nayla, I'm not moving or anything, and you may not be moving. Again, this is general, right? It's not personal. You're packing your bags to go to the next level spiritually. And you'll see evidence of that surrounding you. So I'm going to leave your messages here. ASHE, these are your messages. Thank you all so much for your continued love and support. Again, you all can work with me one-on-one down below for your shamanic spiritual services. And I will see you all in the next one. I am motivational speaker Nala Latrice. Peace.